Howdy-ho there, campers. Just running around the city. Just wanted to say that those guys turning. No vibration. It's good. Can't tell if I feel that weird misfire thing or not. Everything's going to be fine though. I'm going to test the fuel pressure here in a bit. I don't know if it'll be in this video or not. It's more along the lines of the micro toolkit thing, because I went over to Harbor Freight to return the Icon set, that little bit driver set, and everybody's going, what? That's crazy. Everybody loves them. Matter of fact, they were sold out. I talked to the girl at the register and she's like, yeah, they're really popular. Every time we get a few in, they're gone. And she said a lot of people come in, they're buying all of them. Like if there are 4 or 6 of them, the guy will come in and he'll buy all of them. Well, as you guys know by watching these videos, Vim makes that ratchet system with the T-handle thing. I think that tool is $20 to $27. It doesn't come with bits or anything. It does come with the hex 2/4 inch drive, so you can put sockets on it. It's important. So you can use it as a ratchet with sockets. Okay, well, the other thing was the Icon kit, which was nice. I mean, it's a nice box. It's cool, but I pretty much have all those drivers already. What I didn't have was a way to retain all the little independent driver bits in a compact manner that'll fit in that kit well. And I have one of these red brick, those rubber brick things. I can't find it right now. It's probably at the shop somewhere. When I went to Harbor Freight to return the Icon thing, of course I spent more money. I'm upgrading my toolkit bag here in the van to a Hercules bag, which is a little bit longer than the Bauer. It's a better zipper and everything else. So you'll see that in a moment. And I picked up a few other things to round out this toolkit that I think is pretty clever. But you know, I'm not walking around calling myself a genius or anything, okay? That is not the case. But I think when I explain it to you, it's going to make a lot of common sense sort of thinking going on here. And I have to say, I am becoming rapidly, face it, I should just get a t-shirt. I'm a Harbor Freight fanboy now. I mean, that's just how it is. Fan man. There's nothing boyish about me except my mindset. I got these 2 little kids, 7 and 9 years old, at the house I work on, and I said to them one day, the 9-year-old, his eyes, I said, look, no different than you. What you see is an old man in front of you with the body of a superhero. Let's face it. But inside my head, I'm just a 9-year-old kid. And he's like, really? I said, yeah, it's going to be the same for you too. Who you are right now is who you're always going to be, man. That's a scary thought to tell a 9-year-old. What? Why should I even try hard then? Anyhow, check out this toolkit, man. All right, here it is. It's an old Maxpedition case here. And this is my micro toolkit. It's not super micro. You call it your EDC. I'm not really carrying this with me every day. This is intended to be stored in the van in an easy to get to spot. Okay. Hold it in your hand. It's decent size. It's got some weight to it. It's not light. This thing probably weighs, if I had to guess, a few pounds. This might weigh 3 pounds. Somewhere in that range, 3 or 4 pounds. I mean, there's a lot of steel in there, so it makes sense, right? The dimensions on this are 7 inches tall, about 5 1/8. It changes because now the volume has increased to this dimension. So let's see, at the super widest part, without trying to compress it, we got 2 3/4 of an inch. Let's open this thing up. Opens easy. And here's what we have. Right there. Okay. this is, in my mind, this is pretty well thought out for me specifically. Keeping in mind, the main thing is I want to be able to do things in my van quickly without the need to go to my larger kit. Because I hate going into the larger tool bag to get one of these smaller items. Okay. Now, you may have heard, I just said earlier in the video, I returned the Icon kit. And I returned the Icon kit because I have this by Vim. This is the same tool, but it's a little bit better in my mind because it is longer. So you can get more leverage with a ratchet with this thing, especially with this on the end of it. Now, this tool came with a 1/4 inch driver. I just bought a Pittsburgh 1/4 inch to 3/8 drive. Now I can drive 3/8 sockets. Now I don't intend on doing that very often. However, I now have the ability, and I could use this in conjunction with that super long, I think it's an 18-inch extension that I have. I used that a lot yesterday when I was doing the engine mounts. I won't be using this on engine mounts. I won't be doing any suspension with this. As mentioned before, your 1/4 inch drive, what are you going to do with it? You can do a lot with it, but you're not going to work on suspension on your car with a 1/4 inch drive, right? So I just like this. I like that it can store like this. I mean, this is, in my mind, this is phantasmic. Boom. And then that fits right in there like you saw it in the case. So we'll put this aside. You guys already know about that tool. I threw this in here. I just found it in my box. It's just a nice slim little 3/8, 5/16. I don't do a lot of standard, but from time to time you run into some weird little size like that. This is a very useful wrench, made in the USA. I love these vintage tools. I put an ear plug on this. I should get a piece of tubing for this. You guys know a pick always comes in handy. Can't go wrong with a pick. I've got this speed wrench. I love this. This comes in very handy. 10 and 8 mil, both very useful for the Astro van. Got a magnet. All right. I need a little plastic cap for this so it doesn't keep getting stuck to everything. Picked this up today. I used to have a couple of these. Don't know where they all went. It's an automatic punch. If you're going to drill something, it's a very useful tool. Very inexpensive at Harbor Freight. You can't beat that. This is my old school. Ooh, this is getting loose on me. Oh, the clip is getting loose. I'm going to have to drive that in. Maybe epoxy that in there or something. Magnet on the end. Very useful. I've had this thing for 30 years probably. Use it all the time. Sharpie. Don't need to take that out. Behind here. Let's stick on this left side here. Dave threw this little contraption together for me yesterday. I think it was pretty cool. These are the metric sockets that I pretty much feel like I need. The 5, what do I got? Actually, there's a 4, no. What is that? Yeah, 4 millimeter. I don't need that. I'm going to take that off right now because what I have here is a 9/16. And it's not a great one. It's a cheapie. It's not very deep. But now that'll fit on here. Okay, great. So I got a 9/16, which will go on the bottom. I'll take this apart later. So I got a 9/16. I've got the 5 mil. Probably don't need that either. 5.5 you definitely need with the Astro van. I got a 7, an 8, a 10, and a 13. All very useful. The 13, you'll see in a moment, is slightly redundant. Now, thing with the Icon set, it comes with all these things. Now this it was one piece, and in the middle was this cheapy driver, which I'm pretty sure is garbage. I cut it in half so that it would be easier to fit in this pack. This is great. There's more security fasteners here, including these kooky things, which I've never even seen before, than what the Icon came with. So you're pretty good shape there. And I took these tins here. I got the rest of my bits in here. Now these I had already, which was killing me with the Icon, because I'm like, I have these bits already. And this is way more efficient. I had these in here loose, but I decided to put them in this little box because it doesn't really take up much room. I've built survival tins with these. I picked this up today, and you'll see I needed it. I didn't have them here. There's a little bit of redundancy with the 3 smaller sizes. But this is great because it gives me a T30, a T40. The T30 you definitely need for the Astrovan to take the dashboard apart. So with this setup right here, I feel like, as far as the ratcheting goes with driver bit sets, I feel like this is smarter with this, and the Vim. It's smarter than the Icon set. That's just my thinking. Is there anything else in here? Feels like there's... Here we go. Now, I haven't tried this yet. We're going to try this in a moment. This is from Klein. So it's a long driver. These are all flip sockets. Now, these are standard. And I bought them because you run into some standard once in a while. This is a multi-purpose kit. It's not just for the Astrovan. I want to be able to handle a lot of stuff. So it's got a 1/2 inch to 7/16, a 3/8 to 11/32, and a 5/16 to 1/4 inch. And the neat thing about the 1/4 inch, it's got a really strong magnet on it, by the way. Sorry if I'm not in the camera. I'm looking at other things. But I can take any of these bits here. Actually, this has to slide up a bit. So now it's locked in place there. And boom. How am I going to drive that, you ask? Make sure there's nothing else in here. There's not. Well, look at this. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. I was going to get a little handheld ratchet. I was at Dave's yesterday, and he showed me a Husky tool that I was going to go look for. And I went online on Amazon. I couldn't find it by itself. I wasn't sure about the dimensions, but here it is. So today, I was in there looking for one of those, and I saw this. Now, this is a much more robust ratchet, obviously, than the Vim. And it's got this thing going on. Whoa, hey now. Well, that effectively turns it into a screwdriver. Right? It's got this release button for the sockets. So if you want to put a socket on, you can't actually push it on unless you push this button. And then it's locked in place. Now, with... Where is it? Oh, I put in this kit already. I put it away. I got it out of here. Let's take this little setup here. Here's a 1/4 inch drive to hex bit. Now I can put this on here. Let's just see. I haven't done this yet. Oopsie. Look at that. Now I've got a ratcheting screwdriver. I mean, you know, ratcheting screwdriver here. Plenty of reach. All these sockets slide right off if you need to get into a tight space. Now, up here, I didn't even have to do that, I don't think. Well, I guess I did, didn't I? Yeah, this is all hex bit up here. Sorry, out of camera. Anyhow, so you see how efficient this becomes now. This is, I mean, I think I've nailed it here. This doesn't lock in place this way, so I think, you know, you have to be a little bit careful. I suppose you could hold it here, but it also doesn't, I mean, if I didn't have all the weight of the sockets on here, it wouldn't move so easily, and it doesn't move easily. You see, it's not just falling here, and it's got a, no, it doesn't have a screw there. It has a screw here, and I suppose that is for tension. If I were to tighten that up, that might give me a little bit more tension in here. I might play with that later. So I'm very, very pleased with this idea. I've got metric and SAE sockets. I've got a way to drive them with a driver. You know, I think this is a cool setup. So now I won't put all this away on camera, but I want to get to the other side for you before this video becomes, you know, super, super long. Now, put that away. Okay, so now we're on this side. Let me show you something else that's pretty neat as far as sockets go. Look at this. This is a snap-on. It is a 13 mil on one side and a 15 mil on the other, and I'm storing a 1/4 inch drive pivot in here. So this is good on the Vim. It's great that it fits in here, makes life a lot easier so that this thing doesn't fall out of the kit. Boom. I'm pretty stoked about this. Now, you've got your standard old school crescent wrench. I'm sticking with this for now. I know that the Knipex or Knipex. They've got a set of pliers that look similar to this with straight jaws and is superior to these. However, those things eat up a lot more volume in the kit. So I am going to stick with this for now and see how we go. And I might try one of those, and if I like it, I'll probably get a larger version and keep that in the full-size toolkit. Okay, we'll just go to this. This is the set I bought like last week, and I showed it to you, and it didn't fit in the kit before. While I was working yesterday at Dave's, I asked him to cut the ends off this because I was busy with other stuff. Now it fits in the kit. Now, what's nice about it, this is a huge amount of, that's a lot of grab right there. If you bought the 5-inch set, it's not going to open this far. It will fit in the kit better, but it won't open this far. So I just modified it, and now it fits in the kit. And to me, that's a smart idea. I've been modifying tools like this forever. Obviously, I've got a set of these original Vice Grip brand needle nose Vice Grips. I don't think I have to explain this to you. I'm going to look around to see if they make a set of these that have an open jaw here more for grabbing onto a bolt. I think it'd be more useful. That probably does exist. Same size. I replaced this stupid thing, which is, the volume of it is much larger, with this, which is pretty stinking awesome. It is very, very bright. Very bright. It has a USB charger built into it. Comes with a charging cable, which will fit in this setup. I'm going to show you this packaging here real quick. It's aluminum, water resistant, 140 lumens, 2.5 hours on high, 6. Oh, so it's got high and low? Oh yeah, look at that. Didn't even know that. So that's cool. Yeah. Just thought that was, I just saw it and I was like, that will fit in the kit. That's perfect. It's much better than the cheapy light I got. And I can charge this from the 12-volt charger on the dash or with my solar generator that I always have in the van. Oh, that's perfect. I bought this a while ago. I have other versions I think are better. I know this shiny thing I don't like so much, but a knife sharpener is always good to have. It has a little ferro rod in here. It will throw a spark. I haven't done it yet with this, but it will. There we go. So I can start a fire that way. If I wanted to, more of a survival item. This is what's kind of important though. The retention in it probably isn't the best, but if you've got a serrated blade, sharpen it with this. Very, very handy. It also has a built-in whistle that is very, very loud. Yeah, that just pierced my ears. So that's a good thing just to have. And I picked these up. Now, it turns out I was in my box today and I found an exact set. They don't have the spring on them. They're very old and they still work, but they're the same size. And a pair of wire cutters is just nice to have. I mean, my clamshell fingernails, you can use it on that, you know. That's pretty good there. But obviously cutting wires and whatnot, that's what you need. So, got that in there. Is there anything else? There is nothing else. So that's the kit. That's the whole kit here. I'm very happy with this kit. I used it at Dave's yesterday while I was working on the van. And I had to take the engine mounts apart to get that stupid piece of wood I put in there out. And when I did that, I used these pliers here, right here, in conjunction with the crescent wrench. So that worked out great. I'm excited to use this, to give this a shot. I think it's going to be a nice addition. Where did I have that? Did I have it up in here? Did I have it up in here? Can't, no. Is that right? I think I had it in here like that. I think it fit better that way. I can't even remember. We'll put all this away. I don't think I need to do this for you on camera. But see how quick it goes. Let's just give it a shot here. I can't remember if this is how I had it all. Have this over here. And again, you know, I'm not looking for any pats on the back or anything. I'm not doing that for that reason. I put this together because I needed it. Just born out of frustration, really. And it's just one of those things, you know. It's fun to do. I recognize that it's a thing. I think it was over there. I probably have room for something here, but I'll just put this here. I think that's everything. Look at that. Yeah, that's everything except for this. Let's stick this in here. Oop, oop, oop. Rest it right across the top there. Let's close this sucker up. This strap, okay, I just want to, I don't know, I'm thinking about cutting this out completely because it just constantly flops around. I don't think it's really needed. I guess if you wanted to keep your keys in there and always be able to find them easy, maybe that's what that's for. I don't know. Not the same configuration, so it's a little bit, seems a little bulkier at the moment, but you guys saw how it works. I can get this to close. It won't be a big deal. Oops, sorry, off screen. And there we go. So I think that's a pretty good, useful kit. I think it was smartly done, but that's me saying that about myself. So you know, I'm not trying to win any awards here. I'm just trying to make something that makes sense for me. I think this should go this way. That might be helpful too. And I'll move a few things around. But yeah, that is the kit. That's your 10-minute plus video there. And I hope you enjoyed it. It's going to be more than that because I'm putting some clips together. Darn it, it is going to be longer than I wanted it to be. But thanks again for being here. I hope you enjoy this. This is my kit. I'm not telling you to do this same system. I think it's a pretty smart system. These pliers here really work great. I'm blown away with the functionality of them. That's a new thing. It's a modern thing. Didn't exist when I was a kid. The light is going to definitely come in handy. They do make different sorts of holders, like a strap for your head that a pen light will work with. And I'll probably try to pick one of those up, clip it to your cap or something. You know, be smart about it. And yeah. Once again, thanks again for being here. Hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it motivates you to put something like this together for yourself. You know, homeowner, definitely important in a car. It's a nice thing to have with you. If you carry a bag at all, a backpack, to get around, you work in an office, whatever, something like this always comes handy. A drawer falls apart at work at your office. You know, you can put the fasteners back together. It's little things happen all the time. I don't need to get into this with you. The philosophy behind having tools with you, that should be a straightforward, common sense sort of thing.